What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the NewsRealm. I got an exciting one for all you red-eyed bandits out there. The Virtual Boy is coming back. Well, it's kind of coming back. We're going to talk about that, exactly how that's going to happen. But I just want to say I did have the Virtual Boy back in the day, and I asked all the same questions everybody else did. Why is this not in color? Why is it not actual virtual reality? Why is it all red? I don't understand this. Where's the strap to put it on my head? Why do I got to play it on a stand? You know, all the questions, I asked them all. But at the end of the day, I ended up falling in love with it because it has such a weird, bizarre charm about it. What can I say? I'm a Virtual Boy fan. Now, how's it coming back? Well, we learned on the Nintendo Direct that we're getting Virtual Boy in the Nintendo Online, how they have the different consoles and stuff. We're getting it on both Switch and Switch 2. How is that going to work, you ask? Well, let's talk about it. Let's go over here. I got this ready to rock and roll. This is coming from Nintendo Life. Of course, we saw it in the Nintendo Direct a few days ago, but we're going to talk about it here. Nintendo has confirmed a new expansion for Nintendo Switch Online on Switch and Switch 2, the Virtual Boy. It'll launch on the 17th of February, 2026. No, it's not an April Fool's joke. This is actually happening. The edition will require a dedicated Virtual Boy accessory in which to insert your console. Now, before we continue on, I want to say, why do we have to have it? Isn't there a way to, they need to have a mode where you can at least just switch it to 2D and just play it normal. Hopefully they do add a mode like that, because if you can only play it with the accessory, I mean, that's just silly. We can play it in 2D. Come on, guys. We can do that. At any rate, the accessory, huh? You're asking. Well, we're going to get to that. But here's the games that are announced. Mario's Tennis, Galactic Pinball, Telero Boxer, Wario Land, Red Alarm, Jack Bros, Vertical Force, Mario Clash, Golf, Virtual Bowling, Innsmouth no Yakata, I think I said that right, I don't know, Space Invaders, Virtual Collection, V-Tetris, and 3D Tetris. Now, I know what you're thinking. You Waterworld fans are out there. Where's my Waterworld? I don't know. It's probably going to be tough considering the rights and all that, but you never know. They might be able to get it on there. But the Virtual Boy, you know, before we continue on, I want to say this. Yeah, it wasn't virtual reality, but it did do stereoscopic 3D really well, especially on games like Red Alarm. It looked really good on games like Red Alarm. Even Telero Boxer with the fists flying at you, all that. Even the packing game, Mario's Tennis, it looked cool on that 3D playing field. So it did have cool things about it once you got over the hurdle of it's all red and black and not really virtual reality, and you have to play it on a stand, and it's not really portable, even though they were marketing it as portable. You're like, what, you got to ride in the car while you got the stand on your lap and you're trying to play it and all that. It's just whatever. Doesn't matter. I still fell in love with the Virtual Boy. Don't know why, but I did. Let's look at this picture here. This shows you how it works. The switch goes into the unit. It's an actual replica of the full-blown Virtual Boy. So I do think that's really cool. Now, the price is probably not so cool to a lot of people, which we're going to talk about. But don't worry, there's a cardboard version, which we're also going to look at. Let's go over here and look at this first. Here it is, the $99.99. That's what it costs for this. But let me just say this right now. Even though it's $100 for the replica Virtual Boy so that you can play this, of course, you're going to use your Joy-Cons to play it, and you don't have no Virtual Boy controller unless they come out with one. You never know. Nintendo likes to do that stuff. But you have to think about this. If people want to experience this, they're like, I want to experience what the Virtual Boy was. Well, the Virtual Boy goes for crazy amounts of money on eBay, and then you have the games, which are just even more crazy amounts of money on eBay and everywhere else. So if you didn't already own them back when it was super cheap to get a hold of them, well, you're going to be paying out your rear end for it. And you have to also take into account if the system actually works or not. Those little ribbons on the inside for the left and right eye, sometimes they'll kind of loosen up over time, and you have a distorted eye or completely missing one eye, and then that has to be repaired. They're not that hard to repair, but you have to take that into account. And just to get one is crazy prices. Where here, you're going to be able to get this if you already have your Nintendo Switch Online service with the expansion pack. You're going to be able to get this and then have all the games at your disposal without having to spend thousands of dollars just to experience it. So there is that. However, if you're like, well, I don't want to sit here and go that crazy, but you still want to experience it, well, you got the cardboard model, which hopefully this comes up. There we go. You got the cardboard model. There you go. Cardboard model. I know it's not quite centered there. But there's the cardboard model. And of course, you're asking, well, how do we play the cardboard model? Well, I'm going to do this. Yeah, got to do this, which is going to be really weird on the arms and super tiring after a while. Although you could lay down with it like this. You could lay down with it like that and do it. So there is that. But the cardboard, you have that as an option, which will be $25 for the cardboard version. And then again, $99.99 for the full-blown Virtual Boy replica. Of course, I'm going to get it. Yes, I am. I'm going to get it. What else is new? Because I'm just a sucker for this crap. Nintendo, you know, they can be real assholes about things, but at the end of the day, they're still Nintendo, and I love them no matter how much of an asshole they can be. So, yeah, there it is. There it is, folks. The Virtual Boy is coming back. It's going to be something. It's definitely going to be something. I'm excited to see how it all works. It is going to present in actual stereoscopic 3D with the device, with the add-ons or whatever, the case or whatever. But I hope they do add a 2D option to just play in 2D, because that would also be cool as well. Obviously, you're not going to get the 3D effect with some of the games, but just to be able to say, take a break from having that red right in your face all the time and take a break and play them 2D would be nice too. We'll see. Who knows? If you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. And with that said, I will catch you all down the road.